Welcome to Voice of the Nation. I'm Chanchai Wong. Now everybody is talking about soft power after Milli, Thai rapper, ate the mango sticky rice while performing on stage at Coachella Music Festival in California. But what exactly is soft power? What are we trying to achieve through it? And have we been succeeded? Today we are going to find out. And joining us today is Dr. Paibun Petersen, advisor at Institute of East Asian Study Chair, Center for Korean Study, Thammasat University. Welcome to our program, Dr. Paibun. สวัสดีครับ
ครับสวัสดีครับผม
Let me first ask you, did you see the Milli performance at Coachella and what do you think about it?
Yes, I have seen her performance, and I think she did well in the international field, and a lot of foreigners watch the show as well. Yeah.
Yes. And do you think that what she did on stage is a good example of Thailand's soft power?
Um. Basically, if we talk about soft power is like something systematically done, not only short time or one time. So, but by the way, her performance is we can call is a one kind of soft power, even though it's a bit small. Yes.
Okay. And so
Yes.
exactly what is soft power and why is it important?
Um. Originally, the soft power has been first time used by Joseph Nye in 1990. It was used in the field of international relations, let's say, let's say politically, and this concept has been used to complement the hard power. As we know, USA has exercised a lot of the hard power. Let's say like the military weapon or the financial strength. That is what we call the hard power. So on the opposite side, the soft power is something we use not by force. We use it to influence the other people, the other nation, to follow or to do what we like to do. That is soft power. And most of the cases, we think about the culture as a soft power. That is what my that is what I understand about soft power. Yes.
Okay. And why is soft power so important in today's world?
Let me give you a concrete example. In Thailand, before the year 2000, we have heard about the Samsung mobile phone in Thailand. Everyone know well, but no one at that time, no one bought the Samsung.
No.
Even though the technology is high, the function is good, we don't buy it. The main reason is because we don't believe it. We don't believe in the brand made in Korean. But after 2000, what have changed is nowadays everyone in Thailand buy the Samsung television, buy the LG refrigerator, washing machine with no delay. We don't even think about that. And that is example I would like to show you. That is the power. That is the soft power. So we believe this product is good. We believe Korean can produce the good thing, and then so we trust it, and then we buy it. That is one of the example I would like to tell you.
So can we say that soft power is like a long-term commercial, or how is it different from propaganda?
Um, Technically, propaganda is also the term used in the political field. Propaganda is to insert the belief to the other people, to make the other people believe in your message. So the once the other people believe in your message, they will follow it. In that term, it has the same direction, soft power and propaganda. But in the long run, I think soft power has more effect because when they believe it, they do it. That is a soft power. But propaganda, you may believe it in the short time, but in the long run, uh, once you once you don't believe it anymore, so you will turn back on it. That is a propaganda, and propaganda is it sounds like naturally it has a negative feeling. So nowadays we tend to use the word like soft power, and power it means it sounds powerful, not a
Okay.
propaganda that negative their feelings.
Okay. And other countries like South Korean, they took soft power very seriously, like 10 or 15 years ago. And also
Yes,
Western
right.
countries like US and England, they also use soft power as a tool for their influences and economic growth more than 30 or 40 years ago. Do you think
Yes, right.
Thailand is taking soft power very seriously now?
Um, I think it's too early to say that. Um, what make difference between Thailand and Korea is Korea as if you trace back to see the history of the Korean society. Um, Starting in 1960, Thailand and Korea at that time we were in the same point in terms of GDP. We have the same level of the GDP at the
Yes.
60. But after 50 years pass, what show us is the Korean economy growing up really fast, especially when the 90, 1993, when Korean got the first civilian government. It means Korean society has stepped out of the shadow of the military government in 1993. At that time, the second civilian government, the President Kim Dae-jung, uh, he he launched the what we call the Hallyu. Hallyu means Korean wave. He launched the Korean Hallyu industry support development plan, 5-year plan, and he put heavy budget on that to develop and support the Hallyu industry. That the Hallyu industry is a starting point for the soft power. So it
Uh,
means the Korean has
what year
starting
was
that
this?
from
What year was
1998.
it? 1998.
Yes, 1998. So since 1998, we will Thai people can watch something like the Winter Love Song. We can watch like the film like Dajankum.
Okay. The
Or
first time that I
yeah.
saw Korean movie was I think early 2000, My Sassy Girl. Maybe
Oh,
it was
that is
the
very
result of this. It was the result of this policy.
yes, that's it. So the Korean society step out of the shadow of military government, so everything has been released. So they are free. They are so the media has been the liberalized. Media is not the tool for the military government anymore. So everyone can do anything on that. So as we know, the creative business, creative economy also start from that time. So Korean can produce a lot of content. And one of the good thing, fortunately, after 2000, the media has been digitalized. I mean the Hallyu first generation. Uh, we have to consume the Hallyu product by the CD or DVD, like like classical or to the movie theater. But right now, the second or third generation of the Hallyu, we can use the streaming. You can watch the film, you can watch the series at the same time. So
Okay.
the content is coming very fast and heavily. So the quantity concern now. That is what I'm trying to say, that we need to put ourselves, we need to release the product like Milli into the digital media and make it fast and put it to serve the world community like Korean do. Yes.
Okay, but taking example from Korea, it seems that they have a lot of hands and help from the government, right? Do you
Yes,
think
right.
that Thai soft power has enough assistance or support from Thai government?
Um, Let me tell you like this, Kuchan Chai. In order, the key factor to the success in case of Korea, um, at least at least there should be three elements. Um, to make it simple, Korean people call it B business. Business means the entertainment business, the company,
Okay.
the manufacturer, the product owner. That is business. Business, surely business moved by the profit. So where there is a profit, the business will go very fast. We take action very fast. We don't worry about the B in the Thailand. So we have the good raw material in Thailand. We have a good movie. We have a good movie producer, the director. Okay, that is good. We have a good sport player. That is, we have material already to go. The the first one is B. The second is G, government. G stands for government. So the government, I mean the including the policy and the administration as well. So in case of the Korean, the government uh, move very fast. You may heard about the KOCA, KOCCA, KOCA. KOCA stands for the Korean Creative Content Agency.
Okay.
Uh, it's an agency under the Ministry of Culture of Korea who can handle who can give you the cooperation. If you are the manufacturer, if you would like to produce some content, you go to KOCA. KOCA will give you from the starting and then will assist you until you go to the world market. That is one of the organization under the under the plan policy that I told you before in
Okay.
1998. Yes. So and this agency work continuously. Uh, and the third factor is C. We have B, we have G, and the Korean also has C. C means citizen. Citizen means Korean people. Korean people basically they are proud of their culture. I didn't. What I'm trying to say here is we doesn't mean the traditional culture, the old fashioned. We don't need to go back to the 100 years ago. No, Korean
Okay.
perceive the culture as something can modernize. Yes,
Okay.
that is yeah.
And that's maybe one thing about Thailand soft power because many
Mhm.
people in Thailand think that soft power only related to traditional cultures like Muay Thai, Khon, or national costumes. But actually, we can also promote soft power of Thailand through modern lifestyle like rap or hip hop music or funky hairstyle, right? It
Yes,
doesn't
right,
have to
right.
always be it doesn't have to always be something old, but we can also present the unique of Thailand as a modernized country.
Yes, right. That is exactly what I'm trying to say. Let me show you one example. Few months ago, I have personal talk with the director of the Rangsong movie, Thai movie, very famous. What I learned from him is he went to Korea and he that job that movie has been cooperation between the Thai and Korea film, and we have found that Thai in Thailand we also have the resources of soft power. We don't have this. Okay, we have to say like this. We have to examine first what resources we have that we can transfer it into the soft power. Okay, we don't have the power yet, but we are ready to get the soft power by some resources. So we have to check what resources we have. So among that, especially in the film industry, we found the interestingly, we found that horror film, like the ghost film and the Y series, boy and boy, Y series is this category is really foreigner show a lot of interest in Thai, and
Yes.
think we can go it we can bring it into the world community as well. So everyone would like to see Y series, especially Korea would like to see Y series. Everyone enjoy the horror film of the Thailand. But the problem is, if we get back to what you say, that the authority may say that that is not Thai culture. We cannot accept that.
Yep.
So I think let's get back to your Muay Thai. Okay, Muay Thai is itself is good, but I think according to the time change, we should put this content. We should maintain the core value of the Muay Thai. Muay Thai is let's say self defense art.
Yes.
Okay, that's the core value. So, but the dressing, the show, we can adjust it because if we insist the old fashioned in the past 100 years ago and we just show in exactly in that form, so maybe no one no one would like to see it anymore. So I think time change. We can change the form, but we can put the same content. I think it is, let's say, Korean when they classify the culture, they will use this term: traditional culture, modernized culture. So
Okay.
I don't see any serious effect on if we modernize our culture. It means the product. We need to modernize our packaging in order to put it into the world market, right? Yeah.
Okay. And talking about movies,
Yes.
are you a movie goers? Okay. What are some of the Thai movie do you think is a good example of soft power that you have seen?
Um, I think it's as as I did say before, the foreigner perception of Thai society still something like old fashioned, something spirit, let's say spiritually.
Okay.
So the result is when we talking about the movie, that is the reason why the foreigner interest in the horror film, something something that can improve like that, like a horror film, like so Thailand, as I understand, we have we have dual we have dual character. One is we still have the something like supernatural effect, supernatural nature of Thai society.
Yes.
We can have we have a ghost, something we can approve, um, worship. Uh, we pray for if we like Thai people. If we want something, we have to
Yes.
pray to the God. We have to pray to the tree, to the something. Yeah, the worship like that. But on the other hand, Thai society also modernized as well, so we can balance the this one like what I told you, traditional and modernized together, and we put some content into the film. I think that one should be uh, should should attract the interest from the foreigner as well. Yes, should say.
Okay. And um, in your view, how does the foreigner see Thailand as a country? Because like Milli, she sang in the concert and she said that I didn't ride an elephant because from foreigners' point of view, many of them still see that Thailand people still ride elephant to go to work or to go to school. Do you think that the image of Thailand in the eyes of foreigner changed in the past 20 or 30 years?
Um, it's not fair to say like that, since the many foreigner um many foreign tourists came to visit Thailand already. So, but still a lot of foreigners didn't get the information well about Thailand. They may think about that, but I think in terms of Milli would like to show to the world, to the eyes of the world, that Thailand also the modernized country, not the old-fashioned country anymore. And I think I think we should turn this crisis. Okay, if we call this the thinking crisis, we should turn it into the opportunity by the to upgrade the image of Thailand. As you know, as you may know, not this president of the South Korea, the the former president of Korea, named Lee Myung-bak. 12 years ago, he set up the Korean Brand Image Committee to work under the presidency. So the work of this committee is to do anything to upgrade the image of the Korean, because the Korean people know that if the image of Korean country not good, it means a Korean product, industrial product, Korean car, Korean electric appliance cannot go to the world market. So I think image is very important, especially right now is the time for the Thailand to think about how to strengthen, how to improve the image of the country as a whole. So Milli may be the starting point. Milli may be the sparking the light. Uh, so we need this light to burn up,
Okay,
into
we
the
need
Thai
more fuel.
society. Yes,
We need to
yes,
put more
right.
fuel to the flame to keep it going.
Yes,
And
right. But yes, right.
and
Please.
lastly, what are some of the things that you think Thailand should really promote for soft power that you would like to see?
Um, let's come back to the what I have said is in order to get in order to get the soft power, we have to examine what we have. We cannot follow the Korean, we cannot follow USA without seeing anything what we have. So we have to come back to the soft resources first, and as expert on the soft power has analyzed the resources of the Thailand, and divided into the 4 to 5 categories. One is culture, culture as a whole. Culture. What I'm trying to tell about the culture is something inside the culture, like Khon. We have Khon. We have the Thai traditional performance that we can modernize it. Khon is very high. It's very it's an art that I think we can export.
And I think most
One,
foreigners find it very exotic.
yes, right, that is cool. But try to make them understand.
Yes.
Don't
Like, even Thai
don't
people find it very difficult to understand Khon.
no. Don't try to don't try to bring them to come to Khon, but make the Khon and feed to them.
Okay.
Okay, okay. That is one. The second is the Thai food. Thai food is very famous in the world, so we should promote Thai food as well. The third one is the Thai sport, especially the Muay Thai. Yes, Muay Thai should be registered in the UNESCO as a Thai, like a kimchi has been registered in the UNESCO. Okay, heritage. That is very important. That is first one is the culture. Inside the culture, there are a lot of things that we can do. Second field is tourism. Tourism, due to the time limit, tourism, if you we can divide it into national tourist attraction Thailand is very lucky to have a lot of the natural tourist attraction. It means the 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 place is beautiful by itself. We don't need to do anything about that. We have a lot of places.
And okay, actually, we see that Thailand do have a lot of good material and ingredients for a success soft power, and we hope that one day Thailand soft power could be one of the superpower of the world. And thank you very much, Dr. Paibun, for talking with us today. ขอบคุณครับ
Thank you. ขอบคุณครับ
And that's all for Voice of the Nation today. Thank you for staying with us.